Okay, Jodie, thanks very much for your time today. Just to give a little bit of a background for who you are, could you just tell me who you are and what company you work for and what your role is there?
So my name's Jodie. I work for a concrete company in their accounts department. Previously to that, I look older than I am. I already have a degree, a film degree, which is separate. Done nursing for a little while, and then I travelled for quite a long time. And when I come back, I decided I needed a job that I could see myself progressing in, and one that allowed me to have opportunities to do that. So I looked into accountancy. I first looked into doing AAT on my own, and paying for the course and seeing how I could finance that. And then I heard about apprenticeships, and decided that it'd probably be better for me if I got a job in a company first, and found out that certain companies were offering apprenticeships and doing the AAT course anyway. So I applied for this job as an accounts assistant, and I got the job. And then I done AAT level 2 and 3. And then once I'd done that, my company created a position for me as the assistant to the manager. And then from that, I transferred over to ACCA, and I'm currently on my 4th exam out of 13.
Awesome. How did you find that transition from AAT to ACCA, or how have you found it?
It's really exciting. You're going up like another level. I don't know whether like the technicalities of like the options, but you can do level 4 AAT and become a bookkeeper, can't you? And then you get exclusions for some of the ACCA exams. But I just wanted to get straight into ACCA and start getting that done. So I've done that, and it was it's exciting because the pass rate goes down. So like AAT is like 70%, so you think, oh god, like I've got to get 70, and then you start ACCA and their pass rate's 50%, and when you start you realise why. There's a lot of information that you've got to study, but it's really in depth and it's really interesting, so it's worth it.
Awesome. Well, it's good to see you progressing all the way through there, and look forward to seeing you getting fully qualified for ACCA then as well, so you got all of those letters. Obviously you mentioned that you did as an apprenticeship, and so today we're covering quite a bit about transferable skills. For you, what transferable skills do you think you use in your role?
I definitely think talking to different members of staff and adapting my approach to them. It's a massive part of my job role. I have meetings with the finance director, the commercial director, sometimes the MD, and I have to really, the professionalism that I have in them meetings is different to how I am with my colleagues in my office. So adapting that and realising, how you can talk to people, how you send emails, is a big part, and you learn about that in the skills days and how to approach things and talk to people. So I use that all the time.
Oh, great. So you use some of the aspects that you covered in your apprenticeship training with around communication skills, both sort of written and verbal communications. You sort of applied that then when you were dealing with different people at work.
Yeah, definitely.
Awesome. What other transferable skills do you think you've definitely used?
I think my timekeeping. When you come into the job, obviously it's new. You're an apprentice, and they give you loads of bits, and they say do this, and you have to figure out what is important and what needs to be done straight away. What you've got a little bit of time to look over. You might have work that you really enjoy, and you'll be doing that piece, and someone comes in and says, right, you need to do this, and it's a horrible piece of work that you don't want to do, but it has to be done. So you have to then, you know, be strict with yourself, move that to the side and get done what needs to be done. And you'll have like, you know, they'll aim for, you know, end of month things that need to be done. So you just have to adapt your timekeeping and make sure that nothing gets lost while you're doing it as well, so you don't forget one piece of work.
Excellent, excellent. So you really sort of touched on there with your organisation and your prioritisation, and adding your own to-do list as well. Your sort of adaptability every day to day, really, isn't it, that you're moving to?
Yeah.
Great. And because there's going to be loads of people watching this who are interested in thinking about going into accountancy, is there any tips you can kind of give or sort of suggestions to people if they're umming and ahhing about whether to go down accountancy route, or any myths you feel you could dispel with them about it?
I feel like with the apprenticeship, you're so well looked after. So your skills days, they're not just going to give you the material and say, right, go and learn this. That's, you know, you've learned how to do all these multiplications and things like that. You're qualified. It's not about that. It's about everything you do at work as well, and the contribution that your everyday work is going to put towards your qualification. With the ACCA, you have to have 3 years worth of work in the office. So, and I feel like the apprenticeship, it sets it out for you. So you're just sort of taken along the journey, if you see what I mean, and you don't have to worry too much about, do I need to do this? When do I need to do this by? There isn't any of that. It's all done for you. So you can concentrate on the stuff you're doing at work and learning new things at work while everything else is sort of being organised for you. And as long as you follow them steps and do everything in that order, it's brilliant. It's really good.
And then you come out as a qualified accountant.
Yes.
All looking good. Excellent.
Yeah.
Great. Well, thanks for your time today, and also shows the backdrop of a standard office for a finance person in a company with folders and paper all over the place. It's always great.
Paper everywhere. Yeah.
Excellent. Thanks so much.